Lupopo, everybody's favorite in South African football.
Bro, okay. I've talked some smack about that team. Their anti-football behavior and whatnot.
Dominic Szoboszlai with a wonder free kick. I mean,
that was a beautiful free kick.
It was a beautiful free
kick. I've never seen Donnarumma so stunned.
So I don't think he'll look that good after the haircuts either, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got nothing. He doesn't even have beard and all of that stuff.
It could be haircut night tonight and the craziest 10 minutes of football you'll ever see. This is Black and White Boots.
That guy must just cut his hair, bro. I think.
Yeah, I'm tired of him.
Yeah, I'm also tired. I mean, he's ridden this. No.
It's the best. This poor Man United side has been the best thing to happen to that man.
Yeah, no. He built a career, basically.
Absolutely. Man United not winning games, he's got a career.
Yeah. But he has done well. Clever. He was clever. It's like he knew that it's going to be a while until they get to like 5 games.
Yeah, apparently not, because it was the earlier days of Erik ten Hag and Man United weren't so bad. So it was like, it's about to happen. It's about to happen. And then Man United went through a long stage where it looked impossible.
Yeah.
But it's closer than it's ever been. And West Ham tonight could seal it.
Yeah, I hope it does. For that man's sake, I saw him. Yes, it doesn't look good, eh?
No, he looks terrible. I don't think he'll look that good after the haircuts either, to be honest.
Yeah, he's got nothing. He doesn't even have beard and all of that. Anyway.
But not to be nasty, but it's a good opportunity this evening at the London Olympic Stadium.
Yeah,
right?
It's West Ham away, yeah.
At West Ham. London Stadium. Tonight, 10:15 kickoff.
It's a late one, eh?
West Ham off the back of a win. Man United on the back of 4 wins. This is by far and away the easiest game in this run of wins for Manchester United. On paper.
On paper.
But again, the Premier League is the Premier League.
There's no such thing as an easy game.
There's no such thing as an easy game.
And also, absolutely. I mean, you're talking about a team that is fighting relegation, that wants to climb out of that zone. And yeah.
They are. And we're going to catch up on one of the results that made that even harder from last week, Friday. But Manchester United should go win this the way they've been playing. They've beaten Manchester City, Arsenal, Spurs, and Fulham in that run. Fulham are a good side. Fulham played very well. United has showed grit, determination. They're enjoying their football. There's a lot of creativity and skill in the side. And the Spurs game could have been different because Spurs were dominant until that red card.
Yeah. And look, again, I mean, you have to, as a team that is on the rise, you have to capitalize on such things. And I feel like United have just gotten it. They've got now to a point where they believe so much that they can win football games, and it's difficult to beat that team these days.
I think that's what Michael Carrick's brought that team, is a bit of belief, a bit of freedom, because the side is a good enough side. There's quality in that team. And they've often seal a game late, score a late goal. They're not behind for long when they do concede. They'll come right back into a
charge
game.
Up, yeah.
So, this is a good era for Manchester United. What are his chances of getting the job full time?
He's building a very strong case, but I heard he said that there's still a lot that he has to do for him to get that job, which I think he's trying to say that he knows what to do to get the job. And I think if he continues in this trajectory, it will be difficult for the powers that be to afford him that opportunity to lead that team on a permanent basis.
They can't say no. If he goes on like this, if Man United go on, win almost every game between now and the end of the season, qualify for Champions League, look like the best side in the league, cut the gap at the top somehow, something along those lines. If they keep playing like this, it doesn't matter if they lose 1 or 2 or draw 1 or 2 along the way. It will happen. Yeah. But if they keep playing like this, the management at Manchester United is going to be under a lot of pressure to choose him.
No.
Because like you say, he's saying, I haven't achieved yet what I need to achieve. There's a long way to go. And there's a lot I still need to do in order to go on and get this job on a permanent basis. The story's already changed.
Yeah.
He was brought in there that no matter what he does, it's interim.
Yeah.
End of story. He won't be offered the job. They have other candidates in line.
And also, it will be very sad, if he continues this way and he doesn't get it. I think it also destabilizes the team, because I think the players now are sort of like enjoying playing under him. Like we were talking, myself and you, that I think the fact that he's a club legend is also giving him another advantage, But again, let's see how far he can take this momentum.
I think it's also important for the club in terms of their strategy. If you look at a top manager, so say Man United are like, look, we need top managers. If you think a top manager like a Luis Enrique or somebody along those lines is going to be considered for this job, are they going to be happy with the club making signings on his behalf? Him having no input, no say?
I don't think so. A guy like Enrique, I mean, remember when he took over PSG? He says he doesn't want stars in his team, So it tells you that he's the kind of guy that will want his own personnel. He's not going to allow any interference. And I don't think, if that is the model that is currently at Man United, I don't think he fits that model.
And that's what Michael Carrick fits perfectly, because I think he's going to just be used as advice because he knows the club. He understands the club. He won a lot there. So if he's just going to be there as a good coach, manager, tactician, and then get fed from a team above him, the support from the boardroom level, signings, systems, and approach from a staff perspective, then it could be a good relationship.
Yeah, it could work for him.
I think
it's a win-win for everybody.
Every Man United fan in the world right now is thinking, we hope that's the case. We hope this carries on. Michael Carrick gets the job. The people above him are happy and everyone's happy at the club, and Man United can go on and succeed.
Yeah.
Champions League football will be huge for them next season.
If they can make Champions League from where they were, bro, just award that guy that job, man.
West Ham, on the other hand, they did beat Burnley. Somerville has been a sensation at the club, but this team is still struggling. And I think that, you've never been quiet about how much you love the manager.
Yeah, no, I love Nina.
And he's a top manager. I really like him. But West Ham are far below where they should be in this league. They're a good side, and they shouldn't be where they are.
They shouldn't be. They had a very, very poor start.
And Burnley and Wolves are gone.
Those two are done. And I think
Wolves more so. Obviously.
Yeah, more so. Wolf more so. But Burnley, maybe they can still pull it. But nah.
Such an outside chance. I think they're done. I mean, they are currently off of safety 11 points. And they're not good enough.
You have to win and hope
that that West Ham and Forest drop points in 4 games.
Yeah. What is likely to happen? It's West Ham dragging Forest into that zone.
Because that's what it's looking like. It's a 3-point difference after the Nottingham Forest Leeds United game on Friday evening. That was a big win for Leeds.
Yeah, they needed that too.
You're pushing Forest down into trouble. You're getting yourself points to come out.
It's a good springboard.
And Leeds started the season very well. Obviously, this league to come up from the Championship, we've seen how hard that is for all sides. But Forest are playing in Europe. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
That's how well they did last season.
Crazy from where they were to where they are.
They could be in a relegation battle.
I wouldn't mind to
with
see their
West
backside.
Ham, who are one of the most recent winners of the European Conference League
with Moyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it shows you how tough this league is. Forest are playing in Europe. They've qualified for the next round of the Europa League. Yeah. With crazy. Aston Villa, who I think should be favourites for Europa League at this point. Aston Villa. And I don't know. It's not good for Forest to have to do playoffs in Europa League because they need to focus on their own league matters.
Yeah, you know how I feel about a team that is performing on the continental tournament and struggling in the league. You have to pick a struggle, and I think more than not, it's always gonna be the case where you have to like decide which one is best.
Yeah, so that could be big for West Ham, but after tonight, because tonight's action, West Ham are facing Manchester United. Doesn't look like there's points in it for them there.
If they can get a draw, it will be good results for them.
It would be a good result. Forest play Wolves.
They will have to like get those points because
they have to.
Because it's a must win. Every game for Forest right now, it's a must win. Because
especially this one,
because they don't win.
Yeah, Wolves is where you need to take your points right now. Wolves are giving points to everybody.
Yeah, they are the donators.
Yeah, I mean, they are on 1 win and 5 draws.
I just wonder who that win came from.
I can't even remember.
I think I remember.
Have a swing. Have a guess.
Was it not United?
No, didn't they draw against Man United?
Was it a draw against United?
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, that's...
I think they drew 1-1, with United,
I think so.
Can't remember.
Yeah, 1-1 with Man United after losing 4-1 to United earlier in the same month.
Yeah.
Their last win in the league came... Sure, when did they win? Oh, their first win in the league. That's right, because they hadn't won a game for so long.
Yeah.
Their first win in the league, I think, came in January against West Ham. 3-0 against West Ham. That was their only win.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So Forest need to not be the other team who fall to Wolves, because that'll be huge.
No, that will be massive.
Yeah, again, if you have a look at that table...
And it's most likely to be the case, because when you're playing those that you can drag down, you're sort of like charged.
Yeah.
It's a proper rivalry.
Because tomorrow night, Forest play Wolves. They need to get those points because West Ham, who are unlikely to get points tonight, you can open up a 6-point gap on them.
No, for sure.
And the 6-point gap could be huge in the context of this relegation battle. Tottenham Hotspur, on the other hand, who also lost to Manchester United this weekend because of a red card, they are battling injuries. The squad is shallow and empty. Now they've got a 5-game suspension for their captain, Romero, who doesn't seem to be like an overly aggressive player like we do in the past, but it's too many red cards.
So many red cards.
It's too many. He's had the most red cards in the Premier League since he's joined the league.
I remember, I think the first season that he joined the league, I can't remember if it was the first season or second season, I had him on my fantasy, and eventually I had to sell the guy. It just cost you points on fantasy.
Just cost you points, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're also on 29 points level with Leeds, so they could be dragged into a battle. Contextually, hypothetically, Spurs play Newcastle tonight. If they are to lose against Newcastle, and you have to give Thomas Frank a little bit of leeway here because he's got suspensions and injuries and stuff through the roof. I think they had 3 first team players on the bench against Manchester United. The rest of the bench was youth players filling up the squad. Injury crisis galore. But if they are to lose against Newcastle tonight, and Leeds are likely to lose against Chelsea tonight as well, but Forest are likely to beat Wolves. So if you look at those fixtures for the bottom of the Premier League table, Leeds to stay on 29, Spurs to stay on 29, Forest to go up to 29 points. That could see every single one of them in the context of a Premier League relegation battle being 6 points clear of West Ham, who could drag any one of those clubs into a relegation scrap for the end of the season.
Yeah, those are crazy permutations, eh?
Spurs, however, are in more familiar territory than Forest in terms of the context of recent seasons, because last season they won the Europa League and they nearly got relegated.
Sure. Yeah, and they're also not doing so great. So they're also still in trouble. And like you said, Thomas Frank is a very good manager. I think he will manage to... He should steer them up, I think, in the top 10.
They've got quality players, especially if they start getting players back
from injury. Yes, I was about to say, when he start getting these players back from injury, I think
they'll rack up enough points, they'll be safe.
They should be safe. I'm worried about Leeds and Forest. I think those are the two that I think if West Ham does well,
Leeds and Forest are the two
that could bring.
Leeds have just come up with Sunderland and Burnley. This will be it's like the first time in a while where you don't go straight back down when you come up. Sunderland should be safe at this point. They're on 36 points. That is already 13 points clear of relegation. They are looking up the table rather than down to see if they can find themselves in a European position of some sort.
Which is better for them.
Yeah. Leeds, however, they'll just be looking to survive this season, and well done to them if they do. But Burnley, it looks like straight back down for them.
Yeah, it's done. For Burnley, I think so. Burnley and Wolves is done. But I can tell you now, I've got a very strong feeling, Marco, and we'll talk about this later on when the season ends. I've got a very strong feeling that West Ham is going to survive.
I really feel that way. Although this transfer window wasn't as big for them as I thought it could have been. But I think West Ham should be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch our attention to the top of the table. Arsenal. 3-0 win against what can be a difficult game. Sunderland coming to town. Just find a way through. Leading by one goal from the first half.
Yeah.
And then at the end, just closing the game off.
I think games like those, especially for a team like Sunderland, that was problematic to them in the first round. Winning in that fashion, I think it's good for them. It's good for their confidence, and that's just sending out a message to say, you know what, you've been calling us bottlers, but we've got this. And it looks like Arsenal are not about to stop, in their good run.
Yeah, and I think what Arsenal needed was a little bit of pressure off of them, and Liverpool could have done them a favour. And it just the craziest last 10 minutes of football.
I've never seen something like that in my entire life.
Anfield. Manchester City versus Liverpool. Dominic Szoboszlai with a wonder free kick. I mean,
that was a beautiful free kick.
It was a beautiful free
kick. I've never seen Donnarumma so stunned.
Yeah, he just stood there. Look, there was no chance of saving it.
He was not going to
I did watch an analysis where they said the goalkeeper should have done a 3-man wall from that distance. But Donnarumma, it was far. But that's why positionally, you should have a 3-man wall. And Donnarumma clearly chose to have a 2-man wall so that he could see the ball. But it was past him in a flash. It was a tremendous free kick. Take nothing away from that strike.
It changed shape. It changed shape as it was heading towards
him. The proper knuckle. It was beautiful.
It was
unbelievable strike. I think he's got the best right foot since Kevin De Bruyne and David Beckham in the Premier League.
Yes, and he's been begging them, eh?
Yeah, and now, same match, suspended against Sunderland.
It's crazy. How do you make out of that whole situation? I believe, take away the application of the law of the game. Like, what was the ideal outcome out of that situation in your view?
Ideal for who? Ideal for both the teams playing on the day. Because then it's 3-1 is the score line.
Yeah.
And nobody gets a red card. It's the very end of the game.
Yeah.
This result is the same and there's no red card. But for me, I don't understand why everyone's so confused by the situation.
It's not confusing.
The officials made the correct decision. On the field, the officials like, well, I didn't blow for the free kick and I let play go on.
Yeah.
And there was a goal. I let the goal stand. VAR intervened and said, you can't let a goal stand there based on the law of the game. And they're absolutely right. You play advantage when there's a goal scoring opportunity. However, you cannot commit a foul during your advantage. Then it goes back to the free kick.
Yeah.
So they got it exactly right. It's a red card for stopping a clear goal scoring opportunity. It's a free kick and the goal disallowed because of the foul that stopped the advantage towards goal from Haaland. So I think Haaland is going to be the most disappointed man from all of that, is because if Szoboszlai if you let him roll that back, he's going to be like, I'm just not going to foul Haaland. And it's another goal for him towards his record.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think they got the decision completely right. But I think what's more interesting than that final chaotic situation is, first of all, Szoboszlai's worldy of a free kick. Second of all, Manchester City's grit. A penalty and a scrappy goal to kill at Anfield to come back and win a football match at their death the way they did. I think they showed real determination and guts.
They did. And I'll be honest with you, it's one of those games where when Szoboszlai just got, I was like, this is it. Manchester United this season are not known to come back and win football matches after they've gone down, more so in the second half, which is where everything goes south for them. If you look at the past games, Manchester City would lead, and then come second half, you don't know which team will show up, and they end up drawing or just losing the game entirely. I was not convinced that Manchester City was going to beat Liverpool. I was shocked myself in the manner in which they tried to drag themselves back into that game. It was scrappy, but hey, they did everything that they could to win games. And sometimes you don't have to win football matches in a fancy way.
Quick one from you. The penalty, controversial for you? I don't understand why it's controversial for me. I think it's a clear-cut penalty.
It's a clear-cut penalty. It's a similar penalty.
I understand where people are upset by the penalty because
the ball was going away.
The ball is not going. He's not going to be able to control that ball. It will be out of the pitch by the time he's able to get there.
Then goalkeepers should know.
Yeah, then the goalkeeper should leave you and pull out of the game.
Yeah.
But as far as the officiating is concerned, the ball is still in play when the contact with the goalkeeper happens. It's a penalty.
Yeah. It's a penalty. We cannot now predict what could have happened.
No.
Unfortunately, the refereeing does not work that way. But I think for me, the ref was like spot on in that day. And even with the controversial disallowed goal, I feel like that's where, we always bashing VAR, and all of that. And I think that was a clear application of the rule of the game. And things like that we need to commend when we see them happening, and we just have to accept that even though from a footballing perspective, it's sort of like it was not a nice situation to see, that goals is getting disallowed because of that a pool when he started the pool. But unfortunately, those are the rules of the game, and the law has to be applied, and I think it was applied correctly.
I agree. Contextually, in terms of the top of the table, what that means is that Manchester City at least maintain that 6-point gap with Arsenal. 6 points is still quite a bit.
It's still quite a bit, but what I like about that is that I want City to maintain that 6 points gap, and in a hope that, if Arsenal, they'll get another banana slip. Once they get that, and City can get within 3 points, and they meet each other with a 3-point game. Imagine that fixture.
Yeah, it'll be atmosphere will be electric.
It'll be electric. Stay humble, my friend. Stay humble.
Yeah. Look, and if there's a team that we've seen historically crumble under pressure, it's Arsenal. So I think it was important for Manchester City to keep that pressure on Arsenal.
Definitely.
However, I still don't think the City side is the side to win the league.
I don't think so. I just want it for the drama and for the good football. I love City. I'm a City fan. But I believe that Arsenal, they're just a level above City this season.
9 points gap between Arsenal and Aston Villa. Are they out of the race now?
The thing is with the Premier League, Marco, you can't be inconsistent the way Aston Villa is. You can't lose, win, draw, win, draw, win, draw. No. You have to have like a good run of like winning streak, like they had in the beginning, which got them to where they are. But it's sort of, it looks like now they've lost that. But you have to be consistent. You have to go like 4 games without winning. If you draw, you come back and go another 4 or 5 games like your Arsenal is doing. You can't be like win, draw, win, draw. It does not win. It does not win you the Premier League. Unfortunately, at this point in time, I think it's just Arsenal and Manchester City.
Right. And quick one on that. Is this going to be the worst Premier League champions we've seen in a long time?
If
regardless of who wins.
Yeah.
Because if City win it, this will be the worst Man City side to win.
Yeah, it would have been a horrible one.
Arsenal are likely to win it. Will Arsenal be the worst team to win the Premier League?
I don't think so. I think they've been knocking in that door for a while now, and I think this is one of the season where if your immediate
but to win it on corner kicks,
bro,
and free kicks and things like that.
That's football for you. That's football for you. Unfortunately, in that point,
are Arsenal winning this league because City and Liverpool aren't good?
I think they're winning it partly, but also they're winning it because they've been consistent as a number 2, and if number 1 is not as good,
then you're gonna win the league.
You're gonna win the league, and you just have to be consistent, And I think Arsenal this season have shown consistency.
And contextually, in terms of Liverpool, what that loss to Manchester City means for them is that they're 4 points behind Chelsea, 5 points behind Manchester United in the Champions League spots.
Is Liverpool behind United?
Yes, Man United's 4th.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Man United are 5 points ahead of Liverpool. Well, I don't know, but Liverpool are outside of Champions League football. And I think that's the context that matters, is that they're 4 points behind Chelsea, who's in form and have Cole Palmer finally back. We see what happened this weekend with having him back and not fully fit, but getting there. And Manchester United in this sort of form. Are Liverpool going to be able to catch those two?
It's going to be difficult for them because they're also not consistent.
Their next game is Sunderland. Chelsea play Leeds, Man United play West Ham. Those are much easier games. Arsenal have to play Brentford, not an easy game. City have to play Fulham. We'll go through all those fixtures. But in context of European qualification, it looks like Liverpool might miss out on Champions League football next season.
It's highly probable.
And come April, May, they might be looking at their Champions League fixtures and saying, if we want to be in this tournament again next year, we have to win it.
That's it. It might just come down to that.
Might just come down to that.
Because if you look at who's above them, like you mentioned there, those two are like starting to form. United, we've seen what they've done now in the past 4 games. And Chelsea, like you said, they're also starting to get their ducks in a row. It looks like Liam is getting his team in the direction that he wants. And it's going to be difficult for Liverpool to sneak into that top 4. Not with the way they're playing. They're not consistent as well.
Even with top 5 is going to be enough to be Champions League football, it seems, because of the performance of English sides in Champions League. It means that 5 teams are likely to qualify for Champions League next season from England. So they
still a difficult one. There's still Villa as well.
Villa are...
They should be 3rd.
Yeah, Villa are 3rd, but they're 8 points clear of Liverpool.
Oh, man.
So those are the sides they have to try catch. Brentford are level on points with Liverpool. And Brentford will be putting their name in the hat. Okay, Brentford have to go and beat Arsenal to maintain that. But Liverpool have to travel to the Stadium of Light tomorrow night. On a Wednesday night, having just put everything in, and your star player Szoboszlai is suspended.
Yeah, they would have. I think if anyone wished that goal was allowed, it's
Arne Slot, yeah.
It's Liverpool, because it does not serve any purpose. You've lost the game and you've lost the man.
Well, in his post-match interview, he did say that Sunderland's the only people who are happy about that decision, because everyone else who loves football would have just wanted it to be a goal.
Yeah, which is, look, true. I mean, I said last night.
But you just bitter on your own end.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
you can't pick and choose.
You can't pick and choose, unfortunately.
The law is the law. That's the reality. Yeah. Now, you can't sit and moan in a press conference saying that this is only good for Sunderland.
Nah, bro.
The laws are the laws.
The law were, the rules of the game were applied fairly, and it is what it is. Those are the rules of the game.
So, Thursday night, Arsenal against Brentford. They have to travel for that fixture. Arsenal, I think, to just edge it. I think they are too good. Manchester City have to host Fulham. We know that's not a given.
That's not a given.
An easy game.
But City at home, I think trust them to edge them. Yeah,
on a Wednesday night, especially on the high of beating Liverpool, it should help give them the confidence to go on and win that match.
Definitely.
Chelsea against Leeds. Fancy Chelsea. I think they're a good side. they've been in great form. The only games they've not won under Liam Rosinho has been against Arsenal in the League Cup.
And it was the advantage was already there.
Yeah, he was in charge for that first fixture as well, I believe.
Yeah.
So, Chelsea Premier League has been great. Their form's been great in the Premier League. To beat Leeds, I think so. I say they didn't win. I misspoke. It's the unbeaten in all games except for Arsenal, because they did. They've won their last 4 as well. So
you're talking Chelsea.
Chelsea, their Premier League form. They've won their last 4 as well. So Man United and Chelsea in the form of their lives. So then having a look at the rest of the fixtures for this midweek pile-up: Everton against Bournemouth, Tottenham Hotspur against Newcastle, which we've discussed, Aston Villa against Brighton. Villa need to turn things around and start getting wins and stop dropping points. Palace against Burnley. This is Palace's opportunity to just.
I mean, they won
they won their previous fixture as well. City versus Fulham we've discussed. Forest versus Wolves we've discussed. And then the following match week, which is the 21st of February. So we will be back here before then. And am I right? Yes, we will.
Yeah.
So there's a break for FA Cup this weekend.
Yeah.
So speaking of the big domestic cup competitions, Nedbank Cup.
Yeah, man.
Gavin Hunt. Kaizer Chiefs hate to see him, don't they?
Yeah, he's not one person that I think Kaizer Chiefs would like to see him often. And it looks like he's coming back again. You know, they've got a league fixture coming up soon.
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
I take these stats from AI with a pinch of salt in terms of South African football.
Of course. Yeah.
But since he's left the club, apparently they've played 9 fixtures. I think it's more. But he's played Kaizer Chiefs 9 times, won 4, drawn 1, lost 4. However, 2 of those losses were with Durban City and Chippa United.
Yeah, and I think when he lost those games, he was still, he didn't stay long at Chippa. Even at Durban City, he was still trying to find his feet, and then he was gone.
So for me, I look at that, and I think Gavin Hunt has a very good record against Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's the shock of the round so far. Because Kaizer Chiefs are the defending champions of this trophy.
Yeah. Look, they were unlucky with the draw. You know, Nedbank is... Look, your Kaizer Chiefs, you can face anyone and still win a football match, you know. But, just facing Stellenbosch, who are also cup thirsty, you know, in the first round. Yeah, it's not nice.
To be optimistic, as a Kaizer Chiefs fan, does this suit them well in terms of the ambition for the CAF Confederations Cup?
I think they were doing pretty well. They would have done well in both, actually.
So it's just bad news. You just wanted to be in the Nedbank Cup.
Yeah, I just want to be in the Nedbank Cup. And remember, the reason they're playing CAF, it's because of Nedbank, you know. And you want to do well as a defending champion. You want to go as far as maybe try and defend it. I think it was just a bad day at the office. And I think it's one of those games, in my view. I watched that game, and I think at Kaizer Chiefs buried their opportunities in the first half. I mean, there were a lot of 1v1 opportunities that were created, and Chiefs couldn't bury them. And like we always say in football, if you don't bury those, it's going to come back to haunt you, no pun intended.
What do you make of the criticism for the co-coaches?
I think it's an unfair criticism.
Because it's been crazy this week.
Nah, I think it's unfair, bro. Because who would have thought Chiefs would be where they are? Chiefs are still contenders for the title, for the Braithwaite Premiership. Let's not forget that. You know, they've done well. They're getting results. They are in a good position to actually qualify. I think they just need a draw now against Zamalek to qualify for the next round of CAF. You know, those guys have really done well. And when last did Kaizer Chiefs lose a football match except for now when they lost to Stellenbosch?
Yeah, they've been on a great unbeaten run.
You know, yes, it's 1-0 then there, but those are football games. They are sometimes won like that. Like I said earlier, you don't have to win football games by playing fancy.
Yeah, and you don't have to win them by 7 goals.
Exactly.
You can win 1-0 and it's the same number of points.
It's the same number of points. And I think it's an unfair criticism. I think those guys, they've sort of like stabilized that team. Kaizer Chiefs was all over in the beginning, and I think they've stabilized the team in my view. And I think they're also making a very strong case to be, if they can win at least one cup, I don't see why they shouldn't be appointed.
Before we go to the disappointment of Mamelodi Sundowns in staying with Nedbank Cup, they're through to the round of 16. This could be their focus for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously they're still going to focus on Betway Premiership.
Yeah,
but besides winning Betway Premiership games, league games, this could be Sundowns' hope of a trophy.
They have to throw everything that they have in that trophy to try and win it, and hope that they don't meet Pirates along the way, because Pirates is known to be
Cup Kings.
Yeah, Cup Kings, and very brutal, and they've met them a couple of times, and Pirates just seems to come to come out unscathed. I think Sundowns will want to win that cup, and if not, they might just find themselves in a season where it's possible to go home with nothing.
Not a lot of goals scored in general normally on a weekend of football in South African football context. Quite a lot of goals in the context of the Nedbank Cup, round of 32. Orlando Pirates springs to mind there, 4-1 victory.
Yeah, it should have been more. I think it's one of those games where they should have scored more goals. And also they're playing a Chakuma who is playing in the second division, who are like rock bottom in the second division. So I see why a lot of people believe that they should have scored many goals. However, the win is a win. And I think 4-1 is convincing.
4-1?
It's convincing.
I mean, I understand, but it doesn't matter. It's cup competition. Goal difference doesn't count.
It doesn't count. Why do you have to just bury them? For what? For what good reason, But I guess, like, as fans, we are never satisfied, But what I like most about that game is the fact that your players like Mulalo, who have not been playing ever since they came back from AFCON, got
minutes in the legs.
Got minutes in the leg, got a goal. Maswanganyi got a goal. Those are what Coach Wadi called impact players, and to see them coming on and do exactly what they're supposed to do, I think it's wonderful to see. And I think Pirates are in a very, very good position in terms of their rotation policy and what each and every player gives to the team.
Okay, let's talk about this last weekend in CAF football. Sunday, both Kaizer Chiefs and Sundowns in action in their respective CAF football games. Kaizer Chiefs beating Al Masri 2-1 at home.
And there was a penalty there. I don't know how that was a penalty, but it's crazy. I don't know how that was a penalty, honestly speaking. But it happens in football.
Where it leaves them is just needing a win in order to qualify. They're currently top of their group. A draw leaves them on 11 points, unable to be caught by Zamalek, who also they won't want to have a draw because Al Masri just need a win against Zesco to usurp Zamalek if Zamalek were to draw.
Yeah. So the only way Chiefs will be out, I think it's if Zamalek win by a very good margin, because Kaizer Chiefs has got a it's got a head-to-head. It's ahead of Al Masri by head-to-head, which I think that's what comes first, and then goal difference.
Yeah, so Al Masri would have to win convincingly against Zesco, and Zamalek would have to win convincingly against Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, and Zamalek went on and lose to Zesco. I mean, the minions of the group.
Right.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Yeah, so CAF Confederations Cup, Kaizer Chiefs likely through. I think they'll go
to the next round. Remember what I said about Chiefs? And
they could go all the way.
Yeah, I said it. If they come out of this group, bro, I see them going all the way. I see them going all the way.
But we wish them well. A team that's used to going all the way in CAF competition from a South African context is Sundowns. They're in big trouble.
They're in big trouble, and
Lupopo, everybody's favorite in South African football.
Bro, okay, I've talked some smack about that team. Their anti-football behavior and whatnot, but they are a force playing in that ground, bro. I watched that game and I'm like, Which team is this one? Because obviously when they played Pirates, we only got to see them when they came to Orlando. We did not get to see how they play when they were at home against Orlando Pirates. Because at Orlando, they were just defending. We couldn't see whether they're even a good football side. But again, to be where they are in Champions League, surely they can play football. And we saw against Mamelodi Sundowns how they just made it so difficult for Mamelodi Sundowns, not allow Mamelodi Sundowns space to play their football. That high press of Mamelodi Sundowns, they were just closing them down very quickly and trying to beat the offside trap. When they get the balls, they just flick it, just loop it over, and try to get a goal. And that's how their goal even came about. So they are actually a force playing at home. And yeah, they almost won against Mamelodi Sundowns. And it would have been a very, very sad day for Sundowns. At least a draw away still gives them an opportunity against MC Alger, which I think, in my view, is not going to be an easy fixture for Mamelodi Sundowns because they're playing against their former tactician who knows them inside out and who wants to go into the second round as well, because Coach Roland cannot afford to lose that game. He might lose his job. Yeah, it's a massive fixture for Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yeah,
it's a do or die.
A draw will be enough for
MC
Alger, so they'll probably come and defend.
Yeah,
it is at Loftus.
Yeah,
Saturday, Valentine's Day, could be a nice little Valentine's present.
Is it 14th?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was 13th. Yeah.
Yeah. So on Saturday the 14th, on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fixture to watch. I'm looking forward to that one. I would like to see how the both teams are gonna approach that game. Like you're saying, if you are MC Alger, you don't want to overimpose yourself. You want to go there, try to absorb the pressure. Sundowns are not. They're a little bit vulnerable this season, and I think more than anything, Rolani knows all about Mamelodi Sundowns and how to punish them when it comes to their vulnerability.
It's going to be an interesting fixture. Of course, the Zamalek fixture on Sunday, the 15th, times to be determined.
Shouldn't they be playing like all at the same time? Because the last group.
But only in the group. So not all the fixtures at the same time, but the group fixtures will be
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
which means the Kaizer Chiefs group times are not yet.
They're not determined.
They're not determined yet. Okay.
But Mamelodi Sundowns will be playing against MC Alger at 3:00 on Saturday, and at the same time, Al Hilal will be hosting Lupopo at the same time on Saturday. So the group stages wrap up this weekend for CAF competition.
Yeah,
we'll cover more of that next week.
Who do you think is coming home out of the two teams? Between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs, who do you think? Do you think they're all gonna go through? I think they go through. It's almost guaranteed.
I think they both go through.
I think Sundowns is the end of the road.
You don't think that they'll get 3 points at home?
I don't think they're gonna get 3 points against MC Alger.
Yeah, the draw's not enough. The draw's not good enough.
Yeah, and also given lost, so I think it's the end of the road. They can focus now on the league because they're not really in a good position. So. Just worth a mention that they lost.
Yeah, because a win is all that they can get to capture Al Hilal, and it's all that they can do to overtake MC Alger as well, of course. So a draw won't be good enough to catch either of those teams, and they'll be gone. So they need a win.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But good luck to Mamelodi Sundowns. Good luck to Kaizer Chiefs. I think Kaizer Chiefs are through. I think, it will take a miracle for Kaizer Chiefs not to go through.
And regardless of who you support, it would be great for a South African club to bring home a champion.
Definitely.
I think last season you were criticizing some fans who were, like South African football fans who were rooting against Sundowns in their continental
I don't think I was criticizing them.
You were rooting against Sundowns? No. You don't want Sundowns to win the CAF Champions League?
Nah, they can win it, but they don't need my support to win it. Like, honestly. Bro, like, I don't care if Sundowns win. It's good for football. It's good for South African football, but I don't care, bro. This is like club football. My issue is when it's there. I think my issue is when it's Bafana and we've got all these club divisions and saying all this. All
right. You don't want a Sundowns player in the Bafana squad?
Yeah, no. That for me, it's off. If it's Bafana, I don't care if there's not even a single Orlando Pirates fan. If it's Bafana playing, I'll support. But club football, I don't think you'll ever see a Madrid fan supporting Barcelona because they're playing Champions League. Nah, bruh. What makes them special? Nah. Hey, if they win, good for them. But hey, they ain't getting my support.
Well, good for them. I wish them both well. Even though I'm a Chiefs fan, I still hope Sundowns go through. I like having South African clubs.
I do, but they're not gonna get my support. But I do hope they do well. Honestly speaking.
Okay, and that's it. Lali, thank you so much.
Dango, bro.
My name's Marco Martin.
I'm Mulalo Musuphi.
And this is Black and White Boots. Dango.
Dango.